Hello, my name is Bethany Stahl, and I am a full-time author and illustrator. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I go over self-publishing tips and tricks, so if that does interest you, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe so you can join us in discovering all the wonders of self-publishing. If you are looking for additional help, or if you'd like to get into contact with me, the best place to do so would be on patreon.com/BethanyStahl, where you can join our self-pub squad or our workshop squad, where I give individualized help and access to additional videos, documents, classes, contracts, courses, and more. I may have already said courses, but they're really cool, so you will want to take advantage of that. Let's jump into today's video, where we are going to be talking about school visits. So today we're going to be talking about what are you supposed to do when you have a school visit. You finally got one, you're going to a school. What the heck are you supposed to do once you get there? So what I do recommend is working with the school prior to your visit. What I will do is send home an order form a few weeks before I arrive. This gives the students enough time to go home, show the order form to their parents, for the parents to debate, do I want to buy this book, do I not? They'll likely look you up and see what the book's all about, and then they will make the decision to order the book. If you want my school order form, go and join Patreon, and I will have that available so you can edit my school form and you can make it into your own to use. If your school is not allowing you to send home forms, that is something that you're going to have to discuss with them with. I do highly recommend you persuade them into letting you send home order forms, because that is the best way to connect with the students and make sure they are ordering your book. If they will not do an order form, make sure on the day of your reading, the students at least go home with a flyer of, hey, we met with an author today, maybe ask your kids about it, and something of that sort to make sure you are going from the student to the parent of this is what happened in school. But pre-order forms are really important. Then the week prior to my visit, I will go visit the school, or if they are not close, I will have them mail me those order forms, at which point they will give me a stack of forms and a bunch of money that you will have to make sure you report. So make sure you do have a business license in your area for collecting money. And I will go through every single order form and individually sign books. Now, if you are a self-published author and you do print on demand, what you can do is order author copies to be shipped to you so you have copies in person. These copies in person you will actually make more money on because Amazon isn't taking out their fees. So you're only paying about $3 a book plus shipping. So if you do want to discount your book for the day of reading, I do recommend you do so. I do. My books are $12 online, and any in-person events I do, my books are always $10. So that is a big perk to why you should buy your book now versus doing it online, and you will still profit just a little bit more, which will help pay for your gas and everything you need to go to the school, as well as your time spent there. So the additional profit is necessary because you do want to make sure you're selling enough books to justify you spending however many hours you're going to spend at the school. So remember, this is a job and you do have to get paid. I will then sign every single book personalized to each student, and I will separate them by teacher. That way, when I get to school, I can hand, Miss Smith's class a stack of book, Miss Lewis's class of book, Mr.'s book, every single teacher, I will have a beautiful stack separated by their students. That way, I can go give those to the student. Now, the schools may have you present in a variety of ways. Sometimes they will have you in an assembly room and they will bring in large group of students for you. Other times they will have you go classroom to classroom to classroom and visit that way. I've done it both ways. The assembly way is definitely a lot easier because you only have to read your book once or twice, and you have a large group of students to have interactions with. I've also done it classroom to classroom, which do bring water because you will be reading your book 1 to 7, 8 times a day. So it does get a little bit taxing as you are there. When you are there, what I do is I will sit down and I will give my introduction very similar to how I give it to you every single time. Hi, my name is Bethany Stahl, and I am an author and illustrator. And then depending on the audience, I will ask them, do you know what an author is? And let them answer. And then I will go, do you know what an illustrator is? And let them answer. And then we can kind of talk about a little bit about author and illustrator. And then I will transition into, so today I am reading one of my books. This is Save the Land. And then I might talk a little bit about what it's about, just so they have an idea before we get started. And then I will flip open to the first page. And as I read the book, I will then showcase it to all the students. Make sure you do a nice pass every single page, because there are going to be students on the sides of you, especially if you're presenting in a large U shape, to where they're not going to be able to see. So make sure you do a nice big pass, nice and slow, for everybody to see your illustrations. And you'll want to do that with every single page. So nice big passes for everyone to see. If you don't do that, you will start to notice, because kids will start climbing on top of other kids to see the book. So again, this is a very important move of authorship. If you can, sometimes they can put up the ebook on a projector behind you, or sometimes they will have the projectors to where you can lay it down and they can see it. But if you don't have a projector, that rainbow shape is going to be the best way to show all the kids. I will read the entire book, and then at the end, I will go back through and talk about a few of the characters, or say, did you see a hidden butterfly throughout this? Oh yeah, I seen it. What color was it? Oh, blue. And then I'll ask them questions about the story to see if they were paying attention. And this is always fun, because the kids like to giggle and pick on each other of, okay, so what was the giraffe's name? And then kids will be like, and I was like, oh, were you paying attention? And then one kid will be like, yes, he actually didn't have a name. And it's like, correct. So have fun with them and play around. Ask silly questions. Have silly things that you will play with them. And then when you are finally done wrapping up the story and engaging them back in it with questions, you can then ask them, do you have any questions about what it's like to be an author or an illustrator? I would love to share that with you. And then a lot of them will ask, oh, is it hard? Or how do you come up with ideas? Or how long did it take to write your book? And things like that. And the teachers, if they're involved, will be like, oh, that's a great thing. And they'll sort of involve themselves and say, oh, you see how she said it took her a long time to do this? You have to do hard work. Like, hard work pays off, and sometimes you have to work for a long time for one project. So there have been teachers who have been phenomenal and absolutely double teamed with me to keep the students engaged. And it's been a lot of fun. I can typically get through one class in 15 to 30 minutes, but any longer than 30 minutes with youngins, and they get crazy. So try to keep it short, sweet, and keep the pace moving with questions, engagement, story, engagement, questions, and you will have a nice school sandwich, and they will always ask you to come back. So I have a few schools that I hit every single year, or I'll hit every single book. So make sure you form those relationships with the schools and the teachers, and you will be good to go. So good luck on your school visits. And web visits are very similar, so they will just be virtual. But again, the engaging with online visits is even more important. That way they are staying engaged with you. I hope this video has helped. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget, if you want my school order form, go over to patreon.com/Bethany Stahl to grab that. And I will see you all next time. Bye. If you are looking for more information about publishing, go over to BethanyStahl.com/classes to see a huge collection of information that I have gathered for you, separated out into topics. Now, most of these classes are free to access, but there are a few that are exclusive to my self-pub patrons. If you do want to join that, go over to patreon.com/BethanyStahl, where you can join and get access to the classes, as well as other behind-the-scenes tips, tricks, and documents that are exclusive to that squad. If you are trying to get into contact with me to ask questions, the best place to do that would be Patreon. I do see all of those messages and comments first, and I am able to reply to those almost immediately. So that is the best place for more individualized help. I hope this video has helped, and I will see you all next time.